Oh,
Just
it,
Alright, I'm
it
this?
gonna look at
changes.
this.
Well, I mean, it's just a die roll.
Yeah.
No.
I think I actually have to move the Caradoc like over one or two thingies to the right.
This is very confusing.
Can I like do this? Oh my god, that's so
Oh,
good.
look! Haha!
There. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you have her down as water druid, but wouldn't that be better just to say that she's a water
Coastal.
genasi?
Oh yeah. It's just like you have different circles, and yours is technically coastal if we wanted to be super specific. But I was just like putting down like real short synopsises.
Not to get fucking picky.
Yeah. But I just wanted to put like really short
like it.
synopsises on what each like class choice was. And so like for Caradoc and Eric and Varen, I kind of just put like the most condensed version of them ever. Like I didn't put fighter or ranger or any of that shit. Caradox was a little bit of a bitch because it was like, well, I have to put barbarian, but I also have to put totem. So, yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I am pleased with how it turned out.
Yeah. And race-wise, it's like, well, we speak about it a lot, so. And race don't matter. We about equality up in this bitch. Yeah. So I'm sure that I might edit it a little bit more for the stream, but for now, that's pretty good. Pretty good upgrades. Just waiting on Robert and Eric. Hopefully they show up soon. Because the logistics of this session is going to be a little bit abstract, and I apologize for that. But I just can't. I can't fathom how else to do it. So I've decided on this, and we'll see how it goes. The adventures of learning. I'm still a DM that's learning, so experiment away. Alright. Do you guys remember everything that happened so far, though? Because it has been a week
since
break.
I wasn't there last time.
I mean, if you want to recap us, I am all for a recap.
Alright. So, you guys are still in Elcid, and you encountered a book on a pedestal under a purple light, and Zenkor decided that he wanted to take it with him, and has been getting psychic messages from the book, and the being inside of the book ever since, that have been kind of warning you of upcoming dangers and giving him information in return for life essence. Zenkor has been taking a liking to this book, thinking that that's a pretty good deal, and is willingly sacrificing bits of himself so then he can make sure that in the long run he doesn't end up dying from cave collapses, for example, or other things like that. You guys ended up encountering a small armory in which you guys kind of decked yourselves out with a new trident and a couple other items made from Elcid before all of them died and left all this shit for you guys. And then you continued venturing on. You found a garden with a statue that I believe is now headless. And you continued on and found the Forge of Hector, which is the original god of the Forge, and found some remnants of magic, which was kind of expressed as the element of fire and earth that kind of was trying to protect the Forge. And you guys destroyed them and continued on, meeting Violet, who made an offer to essentially just leave survive, and that's a good enough deal for her because she would also like to leave and survive. And she's not able to help you right now because she's just woken up and is still not at full capacity to her strength, and probably would not be much help, and doesn't feel like dying after being trapped for fucking ever. And you guys were also told that Ariel bears the mark of a being of her people's faith, and that it has been hidden from you, which it no longer is, and that you all were granted a blessing, which is on your Discord, still up here. I don't believe I pinned it, so I will just in case, rather than just typing it all out again. After you guys decided on that, you went and used the forge that she had activated and used the last charge of what was left in it to create Eric's flaming sword. And oh my god, this is like forever ago. And then decided whether or not you guys wanted to just leave or if you wanted to stay and attempt to free the man in the book using the temple that he used to practice at to try and restore him and possibly gain a new ally. It was a pretty heated debate. Varen mostly wanting to see his friend again, who inadvertently is now trapped on a boat in the middle of the lake, anchored, and is just, as far as you guys are aware, just sitting there, possibly eating poor people that sailed near him. And
we established that he at least has
yeah, he
some
has
good
food.
berries.
Yeah, no, he has food. He also has like supplies. Like I believe some people left their backpacks up there, so he's probably gone through them. No, it's just funny. People at work were joking because I was telling them the story, and they're like, "Can you imagine like coming back and there's just a couple of dead bodies in another boat beside him?" But or like people's reactions.
He stole another boat and he sailed back to shore.
Or like people like just trying to fish and seeing just this random wolf sitting on a boat with no context and just a bunch of people's stuff.
They would be fucking terrified.
Yeah. But yeah, you kind of wanted to see him again and see what was up, and you were quote unquote convinced to continue on and free Bookman, as you guys have been calling him. You guys then continued on and fought a couple of the spirits who tried to share secrets with you, but these were like cursed secrets, and their words were bringing pain and visions that were kind of maddening. You guys fought them off and continued on and are now entering a dark passage that has been completely flooded after a room had completely collapsed from the floor, and you guys decided to jump into the water and swim down, and you're now in a cave that's barely big enough that you can like crawl through. It's like a crawl space that's flooded, and you guys are now crawling through there, and it's almost pitch black, except for I believe Varen has his produce flame on right now.
Sounds like something he would do.
Yeah, which is still awkward lighting wise for you guys because Varen's in the middle. You have Caradoc leading, then Eric, then Varen, then Zincor, then Ariel, crawling one at a time, and it's pretty cramped. And natural 20, nice. And you are going one at a time, so everyone's blocking the light that you're giving, but you're trying here. Varen, you're extremely uncomfortable because you're super underground and also like in water and in compressed space, and just not happy to be here. And you guys have crawled for a couple of minutes now, and every once in a while you found that the roof above your head, which is like inches above your head, you have to actually like hunch a little bit to make sure you don't hit yourself as you crawl. you can see little pockets where the ground, the natural earth, has raised slightly from the rest of the cave and has little air pockets in between. Some of them are ranging in size to one person could probably put like their chin up above the water, to a couple of them being just big enough that a couple of people could like surface their heads out of it. And otherwise it's pretty cramped. Only one person could go at a time. And that's the summary. Also, everyone's underwater, so unfortunately only Ariel can
scared.
talk. Yeah. So I think Rob should be here within like 5 minutes. You got a natural 20 on your initiative. Oh, yeah, he's just rolling things to chat him out.
Yeah, it was just, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised
they're
that you're
putting new stuff
mentioning that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at the rolls now. So, did you figure out your at dexterity thing that you're trying to figure out this whole time?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Did you see where it said like the +4? So I can have my little white roll, and I can just do that.
Yeah.
I can just do it over so many times.
Yeah. Okay, calm down a little bit.
So that's nice and like convenient. So there's at least like a way to do that. It doesn't seem like I can. Once you sort of, so I foolishly maybe put myself in as a custom class and race.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did a standard race, but a custom sub race because they don't have wood elf.
Yeah.
And I did a custom class because I was hoping that would let me capture some stuff, but like, I don't seem to really be able to edit my inventory in any meaningful way anymore. I mean, I can just edit my armor class and like that kind of shit, and it does track weight at least, so there's that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still curious if I can get my like quiver shit in here, and I'm actually kind of thinking that the easiest way to do it might be if it lets me just add a custom spell.
Yeah.
Or then I can give myself like 2 9th level spell slots and 1 8th level spell slot or something, and then like, because I know I'm never gonna get 9th level spells. I'm pretty sure anyway.
Yeah.
Well, so that's my like Eltum Arrow spell slots, and then the 8th level is like the Stone Step, and then maybe 7th level is like the key points for Fenthras or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe that's a way to do it, which isn't the worst. Like I'm not trying to shit talk that. That's like reasonable, but that would take some doing.
All right. So you're here.
Yes.
Eric's coming soon.
Ooh.
He's on his way.
Eat my sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. I did a quick synopsis where I'm not gonna do it for you because you're late.
That's fine.
But you guys are currently in a cave, like underwater, after jumping down like through the collapsed flooring of that one room, and then went into the water, and then found a hole that you guys crawled into. It's like a crawl space of natural rock, and every once in a while there's little air pockets above you guys through the water. Some of them being just large enough that you could probably like put your chin through, like air holes, and then there's a couple that are slightly big enough that like maybe 3, almost 4 people could like stick their heads out.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
You guys are crawling through there. The current order is Varen's in front of you and Ariel's behind. You guys kind of trailing at the back. And then Eric and Karadok are leading. And you guys are crawling forward. Everyone else ready? I know Melissa just ran off for the kids.
Fucking Karen and the kids.
But we can continue on because she'll be back in a moment.
Actually, let me fill my water then real quick. 1 second. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm bad. Sorry, bye. 1 second, Beerby.
We're not sorry.
Hold up, 1 sec.
I love that he probably saw your thing glow and he's like, no, wait. I can't hear it and I can't see it, but I can feel Sean currently experimenting further for this. Like, I can sense it.
Flicking around.
No, I can't hear any clicking or anything, but I can just sense that you are like avidly working right now as to like different possibilities and all that shit.
Yeah. So the thing is, the UI is
Real bad.
trash,
Yeah.
and so I'm just kind of piecing that whole thing together right now.
Yeah.
It's so weird being on Discord and hearing people's voices without them like cutting out every 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, welcome to the real world. Oh, so nice.
Ooh, it's so nice.
It's the dumbest.
Okay.
They do
Oh my gosh, that's all the rule stuff of if you guys decided you wanted to kill Violet when you met her. That didn't happen. You guys liked her. You guys thought she was a cool dude. Alright. That's like the craziest thing of writing a D&D stuff, like D&D stuff compared to regular writing, is like you have to actually prepare for like, hey, I met this character and he seems like a nice old man. I want to murder him. It's like, okay, what? I need to make stats for this harmless old man just in case.
Very harmless old men.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't trust him.
Yeah.
It's a ruse.
It's all bullshit. They're all pretending to be old.
What's the other?
Yeah, so we lost 5-1. We fucking sucked. Like shit.
Hey, but you got that one goal, right?
I wasn't even on the ice when we scored.
Yeah, but you were overseeing the goal scoring. You're the strategic force, the outside perspective. There we go.
Our goal is a ricochet off of some guy on the other team's ass.
So you just need enemy teams with bigger asses.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like your counter pick to X team because they're all like got big butts. Alright. So you guys are now crawling through and back-ish. Okay. I've gotta write a little message that the book is sending Zencor. Oh no, I already have it. I think I'm like super prepared.
Better not be giving me any fucking message because I'm trying to revive his retarded ass and he's trying to kill me while I'm doing it.
He's sending you a message. Here you go. You can reply out loud, but it will be like psychically because you're underwater. You can say yes or no to this message. Boo-doo-boo. You do not take damage for that message either. Yay! No damage on Rob. So this is all happening as you guys are still crawling. You can hear a light, like, humming that's distorted from being underwater. Very distant. And you can feel a slight vibration on the earth as you guys like use the walls of the crawl space as you press forward. It's been about several minutes and you guys are still crawling. Not much going off of with the very faint light that is being provided by the party.
I was in the middle of a very large bite of my delicious sandwich when I was reading the message.
All right.
So Zencor is going to address the party.
You can't.
I thought you said I could psychically.
Oh, you can like address the book.
Oh, I can only address the book.
Yeah, there are air holes, but
A-holes or air,
Air
holes?
holes.
So water
Ah.
breathing
I mean-
give us water talking.
No.
We are all one behind another.
Unless you have like some sort of specific like alter self to give yourself lungs, probably will be able to allow you to talk. Being a being of water, like a sea elf, water genasi, all that sort of stuff. They have a specific language, so they can apply that to their actual talking.
Glub 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 glub.
Listen, don't you talk about my mama like that.
Dontu? Wait, what?
Okay then. Well, I mean, our party's never been very smart, so I guess that's it for that. Anyways, moving forward then, I guess.
Alright. Here you go. This is the next thing you take.
You take 2 million damage.
No. No, he's not taking damage for this. This is just a warning.
Sorry. Let's see.
Slightly slow.
Okay, so how am I supposed to let my guildmates know, or my party team know this?
You can cast Alter Self, or you can use one of the air holes that's in the caverns.
Well, do I see a large air hole that we're all about to somehow peep up through?
Yeah, you've been passing a few of them.
Okay, Zenkor's gonna swim to the front of the pack and point upwards once I see a large breathing area.
Okay. Yeah, you like managed to get everyone's attention, get you guys into like a small space. It's really, really fucking crowded, and a few of you like leaning into the hole through the crawl space, and yeah, you can talk and breathe in a very musty part of shared air.
Are we all crammed into like a tiny little space?
Yeah, yeah.
Neat.
All right, guys, real quickly, we all must close our eyes until we leave the water. So whenever we can swim up and try to guide yourselves with a sense of touch, if you open your eyes, you may never leave this place. Whatever you do, keep those eyes closed. Okay, so we need to keep our eyes closed and feel forward, and whenever we can go in the up direction, we need to go in the up direction.
We're all gonna fucking die here.
Probably yes.
I have a good feeling about this.
I put out my dumb hand light.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Who was leading it? Caradoc?
Karadok was originally leading it.
Yeah.
It was not my fault, okay? I didn't do this.
The space
I did,
is like
but not-
tight. Like you could probably like really awkwardly shimmy around each other if you guys wanted to change your order now.
No,
Yeah.
I think we're fine.
Okay, so I have I think 50 feet of hemp rope sitting in my bag.
Okay.
So we can all rope ourselves together, and whoever feels like leading, I can lead if nobody else wants to lead. Just follow the line and never open your eyes.
Yeah.
Can you do this? Can you do this for me? Just never open your eyes. Follow the rope, never open your eyes.
Can you blindfold me?
Actually, let me check my
No, I
bag
can
of
close
holding.
my fucking eyes. I'll just close my goddamn eyes.
I mean, if you're not capable of it, I have some extra cloth.
I've got some knives that I can use to pop out your eyes.
I was just trying to get a rise out of Missy.
Yeah, she's slightly slow. She said.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so
I was thinking the same thing you were though.
So is everybody in agreement? We're all going to close our eyes.
I have rope.
So do I. I also have rope.
Everyone is tying everyone up together.
Mm-hmm.
We got it under control.
Ooh,
Sounds
yeah.
nice.
Eyes closed though, no peeking.
To show you my pleasure room.
All right, so Zencor is going to creep his way into the front of the line
Okay.
while roping everybody together as he squeezes his way through.
Okay.
Who squeezed my butt?
Sorry, that was me.
Oh yeah. Oh, damn.
Zencor's then going to remind everyone to keep their eyes shut.
Okay.
If you open your eyes, we all die. I don't know
We
if you
all
want to
die?
die yet. Yes. If you open your eyes, we will never leave this water.
Wait. If someone opens the eyes, but not the other ones, do this someone actually die? But
No,
not
no,
the
the
other
whole
one?
party.
Oh,
Whole party,
boy.
guys.
Damn, it means like I'm dependent on my companions.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I have to put a lot of trust into people.
So if anybody opens their eyes, we all die. Only follow the rope and put your hands up against the ceiling and follow the ceiling as well.
Okay, if you're going in front, are you going to be looking for the ceiling? We all just
Should
follow
I?
the rope?
Yeah, I will be feeling for the ceiling.
All right.
And to make things
shit.
easier, to make things easier, I will use Alter Self to turn me into an actual swimming
Could I?
creature.
Cool.
Could I wild shape myself into a snake so I don't have to actually see and I'll just use my tongue?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
You're now in a crowded cave with a snake.
Okay.
Every once in a while,
That
feeling
is
a tongue.
friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Baron-
guys can touch my snake.
Baron, can you please put the snake into your pocket?
And I don't.
I want to clarify. Has Ariel literally ever used Wild Shape before now?
Nope, she's
Okay.
probably morphed things, but that's pretty much it.
Surprise, motherfuckers!
Cool.
She also did not warn you at all. It's just straight up just happened.
Is it like a known thing? Is it like a known thing that there are people who can turn into animals?
You had one guy
You
that
had
could
one
do it
Smart guy.
Okay.
in your tribe. Yeah, you had an
Okay,
elder that could
okay.
do it.
So
I mean,
I
it was
would be
mostly
like,
like birds.
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's not like she's been a snake this whole time.
No.
Right now, Baron's just losing his mind.
No.
Well, also Zencor is looking at everybody, so he sees her turn into a
yeah.
snake. Kind of assumes that's the thing.
It's probably a bit.
Baron's gonna point at Zencor, eyes closed.
Does everyone want to touch me now and just follow me snaking through?
We don't have to close our eyes yet. Not until we go back underwater.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
It
ready.
is probably gonna. That whole scenario is probably really awkward for Caradoc and Eric, though, who know little about magic and druids.
Touch the snake.
And yeah, you just think that.
All right, guys. Missy just turned into a snake. Sorry, Ariel just turned into a snake. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We've seen some weirder shit in our travels. Just accept it. Actually, Eric's not here yet. Eric's
No.
gonna put Ariel into his pocket,
All right.
and we're not gonna tell him about it.
Okay.
Ariel sneaks into Eric's pocket when he's not paying attention.
All of a sudden, Cal's gonna be like, and then Ariel and then a snake pops out of Eric's pocket when he's here, and he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
He's gonna chop it with a flaming
No, because they're
sword.
gonna fucking say, like, they're gonna fucking kill me. Don't do that.
Eric, don't you remember when you put Ariel in your pocket?
All right. What are we doing?
I don't know. That's pretty close to, you know.
All right, so
bits.
Ariel's a snake.
Mm-hmm.
She's in somebody's pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I
Zencor
think
is tying up.
she just wants
No,
to
I'm
swim
just
around.
saying.
She wants
I'm
to
using
lick
my
that
snake
wall.
vision. I'm using my snake vision, so that I just use my tongue to see instead of actually my eyes.
You know
Are
that
you
snakes
supposed
can't
to
see
use
with their
your
tongues,
tongue
right?
underwater?
You know that's not like how that works.
Also,
They use their tongues to smell.
do they have
Listen,
eyelids?
that's how I'm gonna get through.
That's not how you're gonna get through. That's how you're gonna get us all killed.
Do snakes have eyelids?
I think some do, but some don't.
Snakes have no eyelids. Each eye is covered with
Yeah.
a single transparent scale.
Yep.
To prevent it from drying out. Yeah, snakes are an animal that literally are incapable of closing their eyes.
Lied to me.
We're all dead. Next session, please.
Okay.
So you're gonna turn into a snake and then try to close your eyes and be like, ah.
Okay. So whose pocket are we putting Ariel in? Because if we put
Well, that
her
doesn't
in
matter. She can't
Zencor's-
close her goddamn eyes, so
But
she has to
she's in
turn
a
into
pocket.
something else.
Hey.
What's attempt number 2? You're gonna turn into a seahorse? Let me check real quick and see if they have fucking eyelids.
If she's in somebody's pocket, then she cannot see.
Oh god.
Okay, hang on now. Now this is very different. I thought we had to close our eyes.
We need to prevent
Changing the
ourselves from
rules.
seeing.
turn
Oh
into
my
a
God.
bee. Everything
I
will
don't
be
think there's
fine.
enough air in this air bubble for this conversation.
We can't breathe underwater. It just didn't fucking.
Can't
just
talk
can't talk.
underwater, though.
So I don't know if seahorses have eyelids, but they do have excellent eyesight.
Baron just took a quick dunk in the water to breathe, and then just came back up. I heard your slurp, so I'm just like, yes. All right. Yeah, so I just wanted to point that out because Ariel would know that. And that would just be a really awkward and sad way of things happening.
Okay.
I told you I'm slow today.
Let's all just close our fucking eyes. Dear God.
What is Ariel doing? I won't
Is
count
she
that as a use of
unbecoming
wild
a-
shape. No.
No.
We're
Okay.
we're vetoing the snake.
We're gonna retcon that entire situation.
Save that puppy for later. That's good. That's some good shit right there. Maybe Ariel takes watch tonight. Maybe she slips into Eric's pocket. Let's see what happens.
All right. Take two.
I mean,
Okay.
you still can be a snake. You just might need someone to blindfold the snake.
Bitch, I've been a snake this whole time. None of you all fuckers knew about it, though.
Also, you do realize that snakes smell with their tongue. They don't see with their tongue.
Yeah, we've established this.
So how are you supposed to navigate the water as a
It's just-
snake?
You're making this in the next fog cloud. The poor girl.
Okay,
That's
so
good.
anyways, so Zenkor ties up everybody with the rope.
Are you
Nice.
tying them up, or are you just like wrapping it around them, and
Yeah,
or
tie me
people
up, baby.
holding it
I'm fucking hog tying every single one of them.
around the waist?
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it around their waist so that it keeps
Yep.
them snug and that they have something to hold on to.
Okay.
Yeah, tie her first.
And then let me check my spells to make sure I actually have a slot to use Alter Self.
Yeah, that might be handy.
That would be good, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna use Alter Self to turn myself into my amphibian form that can breathe underwater and swim
talk.
very well.
Yeah, and you'll be able to talk as well. I'm gonna allow that.
Okay.
Talking, the whole talking underwater thing is just really awkward right now because no one states it in the player's handbook, and then everyone gets way too physicsy, and it's hard to argue physics in D&D. So,
Well, actually, as we learned in school, Calvin, water is the best median for transmitting sound waves through.
yeah, but clarity as well as projection-wise.
You went to a
of
smarter
the
school than I
actual-
did.
Like Missy, like Ariel's character, like you can straight up be like, yeah, that's awesome. Her voice can travel really, really well. But are we capable of, like, if we didn't have to worry about breathing, are we still able to talk underwater? If you just go underwater and you do that, you sound really fucking weird. You're like, yeah,
Also, keep in mind too that my voice is literally like a whale's voice.
yeah. Like she has Aquan as a language, so that's why I'm like using that as a way of explaining it. Is that
Okay.
that dialect of Aquan allows it's like basically sounds like water churning, and so
Okay, I gotcha.
So if you use magic to make yourself able to like manipulate yourself to naturally being able to convert water or like the oxygen in water, then I'm like, yeah, sure, like that's an easy way for someone to be able to talk underwater magically.
Okay, yeah, because Alter Self, it gives me like gills and stuff like that. So I kind of look like who's that guy from?
Harry Potter in that one movie where he turns into like the fish man.
I was gonna say, who's the guy from
Harry Potter?
Hellboy? The guy from Hellboy.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about, Fin Man.
Oh yeah, it's Harry Potter, I think.
I was gonna say the guy from the League of
Daniel
Extraordinary
Radcliffe's
Gentlemen,
stupid.
but I was like, I don't think he's in there.
No,
How
Yeah, the
about
guy
how
from
about the
Hellboy.
how about the fish man from Shape of Water?
you wouldn't be able to do that yet
No Fishman in the water yet?
because it's real tiny.
What?
What's
She
real
wants
time?
to turn into a beluga whale. She was saying it on Discord.
Oh!
Not
my
for
God.
real, not for real. It's a beluga whale from Finding Dory.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, anyways, as we were...
Yeah. So there are future spells that will allow you to use like talk psychically amongst each other. There's also other ways of doing things like that. So that's definitely still gonna remain in its own utility. And then water breathing is only like a first or second level spell. So like we'll be able to manage all that shit in the future, but for now we're like growing as people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Zenkor ties everybody around the waist.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Everyone's
Everybody
tied up,
knows to
everyone
keep their
stays
eyes
chained.
closed.
Everyone's
Zenkor is going to look back at everyone after altering himself into this weird fish man thing.
mm-hmm.
He's going to say, all right, are you guys ready?
No.
Sorry, I can't hear you. My eyes are closed.
No, your eyes are closed. You can
Yeah.
hear better. You have better hearing with your eyes shut.
That's go ahead. That's false, but go ahead.
All right, everybody. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. All right.
I'm literally just gonna like hold on to the rope and close my eyes and do nothing and let him pull me along.
Okay. You're pretty close to the back, so between the three of them, they're just like now pulling against like dead weight.
Oh, see, I assumed that Zenkor was transforming into a fish man so that he could be our like tugboat.
Yeah. I transformed him to a fish man so I
Yeah.
could swim really good and be strong.
I think it'll be fine.
Does it change your strength? I don't think it changes your strength. But like with Carrot and Eric helping you, it's fine. Like I'm just
He
saying.
has like a water advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also have a
Everybody
swimsuit
just
now.
keep your
He's
legs
like a grass
kicking.
type.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear you. We're underwater.
Yeah, you can hear me because I
Yeah,
can
he
speak
can.
underwater.
Yeah.
Oh,
now
God.
that he used Alter Self, you can hear him
Fine.
and Ariel.
I'm kicking my dumb legs.
Okay. His dumb legs are kicking.
All right. So you guys continue for a little while. It's probably like 5-10 minutes. Time's hard to gauge, especially in an enclosed space with your eyes closed. It seems to some that it just feels like your shoulders every once in a while like brush against the edges of the cave, not knowing spatial awareness, and just like some parts are tighter than others, and you're just like
real
pushing
Oh,
your way
yeah, I
through.
know that.
The humming you hear slowly gets louder and louder, and it's not like a single pitch, but like a strange churning of like many pitches, all different, and just like turning into almost like the buzzing of a bee. How it, like there's so much of it resonating, and like almost like a vibrational sound, but like a chorus of it.
Like someone hitting a bunch of keys on a piano. It's just like a sustained.
Yeah,
note. It's
if
like,
it was a
but
piano,
it's all like
that
undulating
was,
and like all the
yeah,
different
that was
notes are like
connected to like a bee impersonator.
like a pipe organ playing underwater or something.
Kind of, yeah. It's like someone had a synth and every note was a B, and like 6 people came over and they all started hitting notes.
Oh god, I need a bit.
Need more cowbell.
Anyway, and you guys now feel the actual earth is like vibrating at a steady pace itself. Every time you use the ground around you or touch it, you can have like a light vibration from the actual earth. You eventually feel almost like a slight warmth for a brief moment, Zenkor. And then you get a little bit further in, and you now feel open space. You're no longer in a tight space anymore. And then it's now very, very cold. And you feel like a strange moving current in many directions at the same time. What do you do?
I hold to the rope.
Alright, we know what
So, like,
Karadok
can I...
does.
So, when we go past it, like, my hand is still following the roof, right?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden
It's
the roof
gone.
isn't there.
No. And you can
So-
feel like the leftover, like if you had a partner nearby in water, you know how like sometimes when they move their arms dramatically, you can feel like the current like slightly fading away. You're
Yeah.
feeling that, but like everywhere, just like slowly fading in multiple directions. It doesn't feel natural.
Well, as soon as my hand goes from sealing to no sealing, my instinct's going to be to reach my hand back to find the other 90 degree of that wall.
Okay. Yeah, there's the 90 degree, and it can go in your perspective up or down.
So I'm gonna, since I'm a swimming beast, do you think I have a better direction of what's up?
Roll a survival check.
Survival, you say? I'm pretty sure I have nothing for survival. Let me just double check.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
We're all following him, right?
Yes.
And everyone has
This
their eyes
is a
closed.
death sentence.
I sincerely hope that Zenkor is able to tell what direction is up.
Me too. I rolled an 11.
Okay. You're
Purpose
relatively
towards the
confident that
sky,
you
it's
haven't been turned around or put in a scenario where you're like turned in that axis 180 degrees. So in your perspective, up should be up. You're like
Okay, well-
recalling you're crawling and submerging from the fallen part of the previous room and everything, and you're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we've always been facing the same direction, so we should be okay.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm chewing.
Okay.
So since with my alter self, I'm turned into like a amphibious creature.
Mm-hmm. And you have like little bits of fins and shit.
Yeah, if I were to like empty the like water that my gills take in to increase my buoyancy, can I like feel my body rising?
No.
All right, boys, strap in, hope for the best. All right. So keeping my hand on the wall, like on the 90 degree from where it was. So instead of the ceiling, it's now the wall I'm holding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do my best to lead everybody upwards while maintaining my touch on the wall.
All right. You guys start climbing up, or swimming up in some cases. Each person continuing forward blindly, and eventually feeling a violent tug of a rope suddenly pulling from a different direction, and you guys are now being pulled in an upward location, and you guys are now realizing that you have to swim in a different direction and trying to like maneuver yourselves awkwardly. Every single time you get to a new person and leaving this little cavern, you can feel a lot of resistance as dead weight is just applying itself, or like the feeling of someone on the rope going in a wrong direction. And it gets gradually easier as you have more people, going in the right direction. You feel movement of thousands of things in here, just constantly moving, some of it brushing against you, almost feeling like a weird wet fabric. And every once in a while you feel something, you swear it's like fingers or hands or something like almost bony, just brush against like your arms or your legs as it goes by you, not seeming to grasp or anything. Yes,
something has a bone or something.
God.
None of them are in a uniform direction. Just like it just seems to be random sensations across your skin, face. Every once in a while, there's even a moment where you feel like you're being grabbed, but then it's just gone, and it feels like it was just using you as some sort of way of pressing itself forward and giving itself.
It's like a nightmare land.
Okay, Zenkor is going to address the crowd. Everybody, remember, keep those eyes shut and follow the rope.
Okay, I'm following the rope.
Whatever you think you might be feeling, don't worry about it. The voice in my head tells me it's going to be fine so long as we keep our eyes shut.
I know I can't talk back, but man.
Each of you start hearing things. I'm sending them to you now.
You will pay for touching me when I have my eyes closed, Encore.
Reminder of who can talk and who cannot.
Only I can talk. Remember,
I know.
And Ariel. That's the nightmare world. Only I can talk.
Oh my god.
And you guys, everyone that can't talk, it's okay. You can still say out loud what you are doing at this moment. If you open your eyes or want to see, you have to actually say you open your eyes or you want to see.
No, I'm kidding. No,
yeah. From here on out, it is actually serious. Just to let you know.
Remember, just keep them shut and keep swimming. Ignore everything.
And I guess I don't have to send Eric because he'll get really confused. Especially out of context. And yeah, you guys continue to feel these sensations. You guys are slowly moving up and progressing forward. Is there anything anyone is doing other than following the rope?
Hopefully, the only thing they're doing is following the road.
Rob, you are also just like climbing. I need you to make another survival check as you feel like almost like a force hit you in the right shoulder, and you like stagger for a moment from the like concussive force, and then you're trying to like swim and grab the wall again to continue forward.
Okay, survival check. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys, we're all dead.
All right, you take a moment, and you found the wall, and
Okay,
you
thank
progress in the direction that you believe you're going, and you're continuing forward.
Remember, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just ignore everything except for Zenkor's voice. Keep swimming. Keep those eyes shut. Keep moving.
What's up, Ariel?
Can I talk? Since I'm one of the only ones that can talk.
Yep.
Can I tell everybody what I just heard then?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's
you
a
can say everything that you want.
Don't believe their lies, Ariel. Just keep swimming.
Why should I not listen to them?
Zenkor is eating something.
Why would you listen to them compared to listening to me? I'm your fucking teammate.
He's just
I'm sorry.
That's what his fishman voice sounds like. It's like he's got a mouthful of peanut butter and jam sandwich.
Underwater, almost going to die, and he's still eating M&Ms. Just making sure.
All right, I'm just gonna like start to talk, but then I get to cut it off because I'll just follow Zenkor.
Okay.
Is it ironic that I'm eating a sub sandwich?
Calvin.
Yeah.
Is his voice meant to sound familiar or just like generic?
You're unsure.
Okay.
It's just that was the point of it being vague.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know that it is Elven.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And the last one is going to you guys as you progress forward. So you continue forward, and I need Zenkor to make another survival check just to make sure that you are going in the right direction. So look that you...
Oh, God. I need to stop rolling.
Do I look like a bitch? Okay, 7. All right. Yeah. You feel as though you've been slightly off course, and then it might take longer. If you start curving yourself a little bit to the right, you're probably going to get to the surface or to the roof faster, as far as you're aware. But you can't be sure. It's incredibly, like, the reason why I'm saying this is it's incredibly hard to maintain concentration of anything except for the wall. And there was that brief moment where just everything's moving. Like, even the rope itself between all of you is just sashaying wildly because there's so many directional, like, movement around all of you, and some of it just passing through you as if it's not even a solid object, some of it just like brushing against you all. And so like that, it's very hard for you, especially blinded, to be able to navigate reliably. And so you're just like trying your best to like try and make sure you're as accurate as possible, and being in somewhere that could potentially be dangerous as little as possible, because it's, even with you trusting in everything and like you are making sure you don't open your eyes and everything, it's very difficult for you to concentrate and be confident. It's still a very anxious experience.
Are the things that are touching us make any sound when they touch the wheelbarrow?
No.
Which is metal?
No.
Okay.
You can feel the impact of it though, but that's it. Like your any equipment that you guys have that's like separate from you, like his wheelbarrow, is actually being pulled every direction every once in a while, as if someone's like, a bunch of kids are like pulling at you. And it's not necessarily someone's got a grasp on you, it's just like so many things interacting. And you guys continue forward. What's Zenkor doing here? Are you going to slightly go to the right, or are you continuing in the direction you were originally going?
I'm gonna split the difference.
Okay, so
So
you're like
I'm not gonna
slightly
fully.
going.
Yeah,
Okay.
slightly. So like north by northeast
Yeah,
or
yeah.
north
Okay,
by
cool.
northwest.
You like
depending
change like 10 degrees. That's okay.
Yeah.
Everyone else is going along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Varian's actually gonna try to like cover his ears
Okay.
and see if that does anything.
All right. All right. Here. You guys continue forward. You're relatively far in now. It seems like it's been like at least 5 to 10 minutes, but it feels like gruelingly long. Like every second is just so much tension and just anxiety. And Varen, like this is like your like fear of cramped
Hell.
spaces to a million.
This is Varian's hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
You hold your hands to your ears, now being dead weight to everyone else.
I'm imagining I'm sort of like
you're
hugging
kicking
the
your
rope
legs, sort of thing.
and like and very awkwardly trying to cover my ears. It's not graceful.
Mm.
But it doesn't matter
Yes.
because nobody can see.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Classic Eric.
Is he here?
No, he got pulled over, so he's gonna be a little late.
Rip. All right. Continuing forward, I need Zenkor. I need you to make the survival check.
Oh, for fuck. Can I get somebody to roll by proxy?
No. You're leading the group.
Huzzah!
Whoa! We're all gonna die.
All right. You guys seem to be writing your course a lot more frequently. Zankor, the strain of trying to keep focused and being moved and almost sometimes knocked into and just like trying to swim around to look for like a part of the wall and realizing that this is like a weird shaped room. This is not a perfectly shaped room. This isn't something like forged to match a great like geometrical shape. And you start realizing that like maybe the shape of this room could have completely fucked you. And you start having like that sense of like just shit hit you. And you start losing your confidence a little bit.
Well, luckily Zenkor is used to that feeling, so we're just gonna keep swimming in that
yeah,
direction and hope for the best.
The problem is for everyone else, you're now feeling also Zenkor changing directions every once in a while, especially Varen as someone that does this for a living. You're almost feeling like you're in like as a forest, like as someone that like navigates wilderness and stuff. You're drawing on like your most familiar experiences at this point, and the guide that is guiding you right now, you feel as like someone in the forest, constantly walking around trees and brush and things like that. But like sometimes it doesn't feel like it's always riding on the same course, and it feels like you guys are almost wandering for several minutes.
Can I tell if we're going up still?
You can roll a survival check with disadvantage. You're blinded and holding yourself awkwardly. And you've been really distracted, so that's why you got disadvantage.
Survival.
7?
Nice.
It's hard to tell. You're kind of panicking, and your emotions and your logic are kind of fighting each other. Everyone keeping on?
Don't worry, guys. Just keep going.
I do the sound,
Okay.
but I hold on. I continue
Okay.
going on.
All right.
I know you might be scared, but this is our only option. We must keep moving.
Okay. Ariel, are you good?
Yes, I'm just going to suffer quietly in my contemplations.
Okay. And then Varen is continuing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Eventually, Zenkor, you feel the breaking of the water into air, and there's no more roof. There's just wall. You can feel along the walls now, but there you have surfaced.
Okay, but there's no landing?
No, not that where you are. You
Okay.
immediately hear, and just for time convenience, you immediately hear to remain blind until you are out of the water.
Okay, well, luckily for me, I was about to stick my head back down and say, I've reached surface. Make sure you keep your eyes shut. We're not quite out of the woods just yet.
Okay. Slowly, everyone starts surfacing. You guys are all now scattered, but close to one another. on the
I still feel a
surface.
wall, though,
Do
right?
do we still have to keep our eyes closed?
Yes. I literally just told you to still keep your eyes closed.
Are you even listening?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, can I hear him?
Yes.
I'm just gonna say out loud, does anyone know what the destroyer of gods, like, does that mean anything to you?
The destroyer of gods?
You guys are all surface
No, we-
now. You're all
we're-
We're all
surface.
surface.
You guys are like treading water right now on the surface, eyes closed.
Oh, never mind.
Because I'm under the impression that that person in the book is known as the destroyer of gods.
I don't know, but it something is trying to warn me that we shouldn't trust that person in the book.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Well, yeah, same.
Well, I mean,
Which, is it a misdirection? Is it true? Why
but,
did
I mean,
we have to close our eyes? What is
The voice also told me that we were swimming down instead of up, so
yeah. What do these voices know?
Alright. You guys are still just treading water as far as I know, eyes closed, talking amongst yourselves.
Am I still holding onto the wall, right?
Yep.
Alright, guys, so since we're surfaced and we're holding onto a wall, let's check the perimeter while still keeping our eyes shut to see if we can find some sort of platform finally.
It takes a little bit of time circling, and eventually, like a quarter of the way around, you find purchase. And you can climb yourself out. It doesn't. It seems to be like a rim, and there doesn't seem to be anything underneath that you can feel within arm's length.
But does it feel like it's a place that's large enough to fit all of us onto it?
What I'm saying is, like, imagine like a giant fish tank where like people throw like balls at, and then you fall in. You've surfaced, put your arm over it, and you just feel air. You know that you can put your arm over it, and there's a space here, but that's that.
Okay, guys, I found the rim of the pool. Still keep our eyes shut. We're going to fall around the rim until we find a platform that we can stand on.
You... Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, I'm minimizing Discord right now. You find, like, there's a decent 15-foot strip in which you can put your arm over, and then the rest is wall cutting it off. There's just this 15-foot space.
A 15-foot space?
Yeah. So like horizontally, there's a 15-foot space where there is no wall, only just rim in which you could possibly climb over. It's just the drop is like slightly more than what, 2 feet, 2.5 feet, depending on your arm's length.
Okay, well, since we have this rope tied around everyone,
Mhm.
all right, guys, I found a place that I might be able to hop over. So I'm going to slowly try to hop on over, and if you guys can hold me in case I fall.
All right, make a acrobatics as you climb over.
All right, let me
And
double
here
check
you
my
go.
acrobatics.
You,
Okay.
everyone else, you guys are still feeling the like awkward current and all those feelings just from the parts of your body that's underwater. 13. It's pretty easy. You just like climb over. You go a bit slow to be careful, and about like 10 feet down, you feel purchase onto the ground.
Okay, so I'm now completely out of water.
You're completely out of water. You're now on the ground, rope tied around you, and Carrot awkwardly like against the rim, so then he can continue going down. So
Okay.
he's like half out of the water, like stomach over the edge here.
Okay.
Everyone else is in the water. All of you have your eyes closed.
Okay. Keep your eyes closed, because I don't trust this. But I found out of water solid land. So if you guys can help, Caradoc down next, and then we'll just take it one person at a time, and then
Remember, I'm short. Okay.
yeah, but you're
Don't
tied
drop
up by
me.
you're tied up by a rope.
Okay, each of you go
Still.
down. You're all going down, all eyes closed, one by
Oh
one.
boy.
Just climbing over, dropping
We're
down.
going-
Caradoc, you like awkwardly, like you hear the sound of like wet feet on glass, like slipping repeatedly as he's like trying to like scale it like a belay on the side of a cliff, but just finding no purchase. And you eventually get to the ground smoothly, besides the like sounds of your feet. Everyone else gets down. I need who is traveling in the back, Ariel, to make an acrobatics, because you're going to have to be doing this without the counterweight on the other side.
Well, Zenkor's going to say before we get to Ariel, okay, Ariel, since you're the last one, I think we should all try to stand together with our eyes still closed and just kind of interlock arms.
You're gonna try and catch her.
Oh my
Try to
God,
blindly
really?
catch her.
Okay, I'm
But
still gonna get her to
Oh
do an
my
acrobatics,
God,
and it's just gonna be for all of you to see if you catch her. Yeah, she
Get you
falls.
better.
Everyone catches. You kind of like slow yourself down, going down the side as well, and you guys catch her and lower her down. You're now all out of the water, tied up in a room that you can't see with your eyes closed.
Okay, are we all out of water? We're all out of water? Great.
I mean, we're
Let's-
still covered in water.
I think that's semantics. Actually, fuck that. I don't trust this DM. So we're going to...
Prestidigitation.
So Zenkor is going to use prestidigitation on all his friends.
Prestige digitation.
Okay, you did it.
Prestidigitation.
Yep, you're all
Now everybody's
dry.
bone fucking dry.
Mhm.
Like an
Speak for
80s
yourself.
grandmother dry.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
I don't know if you've met many 80s grandmothers, but let me tell you.
Let's open them eyes.
I'm gonna
Oh
keep
my
my
god,
eyes-
no! I
Can we
trust
open
you. I don't want to know.
Zenkor opens his eyes.
All right.
I do
You
not.
come face to face with the faces of thousands of spirits, just all sashaying in this weird cyclone of just spirits, all going in different directions. Some of them looking towards you, and as some of them make eye contact, they all start going towards the glass and just looking at you, all filled with sorrow and pain, and just looking at you mournfully. Sorry,
Mournfully.
yeah, English is my second language.
Mournfully.
Yeah,
Go on.
and don't seem to be hostile, but just hugging the glass, looking at all of you sadly and twisted in pain, as many others in the pool just converge. It's almost like too much movement for your eyes to focus on. It almost hurts. Each of them giving out like a slight glow.
Rip.
Zenkor, did you die? Is it good?
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I'm alive, guys. There's a bunch of scary faces and spirits staring us down.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, everyone's eyes are open.
I wait like 5 more seconds and then I'll.
I wait like 10 more seconds.
Everyone's scared now. They finished the whole dungeon, eyes closed. Dude, it's been like 6 sessions. You're fine. No. Alright, everyone opens their eyes eventually, and you all see the same thing. This seems to be a weird Frankenstein-esque Mary Shelley kind of arrangement in this room, with the only light coming from the pool, in which thousands of spirits' light glow ends up creating enough of a combined luminosity that just lights this whole area in dim light. You see weird altars and runes on walls, extremely old dried blood scattered across walls, as if something just like someone slit someone's throat and it just like went onto the wall, like just shot out blood. Old rusted iron devices that you don't really understand, tons of iron cages meant for people, and having like straps on them to keep them like restrained in the cage. And you see one weird humanoid that is just sitting on a wooden chair just in between all the cages, just not doing anything, staring close to you guys but not at you guys. There's many other small green rocks, not like gems, but more like if you just dug out a part of the wall and small bits of it were luminous, giving off a green glow.
Huh.
And yeah, there's tables scattered around, assortment of tools, weird plier-like things, scalpel-like things, all medically kind of devices that you guys don't really understand, and many of them caked in old rust and blood. And it's hard for these tools to know where the blood starts and where the rust starts. And that's the room, and you can see on the opposite corner there's a doorway.
Well, clearly this is the lab that devil woman was speaking about.
I like her. You don't have to. I like her.
No, I didn't. Nothing against her. I'm just calling a spade a spade. She disappeared and there was brimstone. I think she was a lovely woman. I'm just saying she's probably Satan. Nothing says Satan has to be bad.
I think you jumped to some conclusions here.
Or at least like an archangel. Angle. Wow. Art.
Talking like me now.
An arch angle.
I can be your angle or your devil.
Wow.
Or your decibel. Your angle or your decibel.
Ooh, decibel. That's my fractoral decibel.
Alright. So you guys are all standing in this room.
Yeah.
You see the spirits. You see
Is there
the tools.
anything on the map at all that we could see it visually?
Search for maps,
No.
Spooky.
I mean, I can give you like a spatial sense with like a blank room that's right here. But as far as the arrangements, here. And
So this is like a glass.
right there.
It's like a glass pool.
Yeah.
Well, we came
It's
out
like
of
the
glass.
whole. It's the whole wall, like right here, and I will draw that in for you.
Weird.
So a pool of souls.
Yes.
Wait,
See?
where's all the table, ladders, and chairs you were talking about? I want to go
Oh
Dudley
my
Boys all over
God,
this
I'm
bastard.
going to lose my mind right now. Yeah, I don't have that room completely set up. I was focused on doing all the cool upgrades we were doing.
Go Hardy Boys on this bitch.
I only had an hour after work. So
I'm talking TLC. Table, ladders, and chairs.
You quoting TLC?
It's never wrong to quote TLC.
You gotta creep, creep. Come on, Chief. Nobody says creep, creep unless they're quoting TLC. Uh-oh, I got hiccups. I need an Oogie Boogie Man.
It's from
scare me.
surfacing after
Salt
swimming.
water.
Yeah. Okay. Can I find the... Here. Oh my god, I hate you interface sometimes. Cage. Oh my goodness. Sorry, it's my D20. And then copy paste. And copy paste. And there. And then I guess I'll just do this. Or maybe body would be a better one. Yeah, sure, let's go with that one. That doesn't look terrifying. I mean, he's kind of just sitting here in an open cage. And then there's going to be a couple more tables along the side.
I'm gonna BRB real quick while you're setting up the room. 1 second.
There you go. That's pretty much it. This is just like a burnt rune on the ground with like candles around it. I'm just going to be adding things as you guys decide what you want to do. What? You don't have bear traps? Oh, that's kind of cool though. There we go, bloody floors.
Oh my god. This guy does not like this is not good. This is bad. This is
There.
I don't like this
It
guy.
really, it really paints a picture, huh?
There you go.
There's
I
nothing
did it.
good about necromancy.
I actually think someone said that to someone. Oh, it might have been to you. So yeah, you guys are all now in this room surfaced, and you see all the souls, and they're actually the ones that are lighting up this room. There's no other source of light in here, other than the slight
God.
glow of the green stones on the tables. What is everyone doing? You do also have this door here, just so then I don't want anyone to miss it because of the background that I just put in.
I'm out. Fuck it.
Maybe if I leave this room, it stops existing.
Yeah, maybe I'll leave this room and these motherfuckers can bring this evil back to life. I'm completely against this. No, I don't know. I'm totally conflicted. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. So anything that happens is not my fault.
You're just taking accountability off there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only here because I'm gonna feel bad if you guys die. That's it. And by die, I mean like not being able to breathe water anymore. Would be a shame, wouldn't it?
Some nice water breathing you got there. I don't know. I don't even want to be in this room. I don't want to look at anything. I don't want to be here at all. I don't even want to step on the floor.
Right?
Oh.
This whole thing is terrible.
What the fuck's this moon rune?
It's just all bad.
It's just like a burned rune in the ground with like some etchings and bits of stained blood and like little bits of like
But this
burnt
guy's a
out candles.
necromancer. And yet he couldn't figure out a way to bring himself back to life. Like to have a backup plan other than stuck in a book, you know, on a shrine.
Some dumb bitch got himself stuck in a book, which
We
well,
won't tell who it is, but yeah.
yeah.
You know, I don't think he's gonna appreciate such language.
Okay.
But he's a necromancer.
I
I'm
mean,
not too concerned.
he got himself stuck in a book. Like,
Yeah, but he did tell us to keep our eyes closed, and we did, so we didn't get our souls snatched by those fucking.
We
lost
don't know
souls.
what would have happened. We don't even know that we had to come up here.
No,
We could have just kept on swimming straight. Oh, that table just fucking moved. Yo.
guy's not okay with
Martin,
me.
get the fuck out.
Let's go.
that was always like that. Just so.
Like, yeah. I appreciate that.
What do you mean it was already like?
I'm
wasn't
saying-
always
that
like
we're not
that.
currently
saying
dead, but
in
like
the game. Yeah.
No, what is this? Some sort of Bernstein Bears moment?
Yeah.
The Mandela effect? No, the table was always like that.
All right.
I'm just saying, like, if I tell you that you have to always get out of bed on the right side, and if you ever get out of bed on the left side, you'll die, and then you get out of bed on the right side every morning, is that proof that I was right?
It's just proof that you weren't wrong.
Yeah. So, like, you know, like, sure, maybe if we'd gone straight, we would have died, or whatever. But really, all that happened, we swam with our fucking eyes closed through this terrible, terrible tunnel full of souls that were getting all touchy-feely, and now we're in maybe the worst room I've ever been in my life. So, that's where I'm at with Mr.
I mean-
Necromancer.
Positive.
To be fair, I should have thrown this book out a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But since we're already here, we might as well keep going.
But
That's like the-
where?
Oh, man.
It's like any horror movie. It's like, let's split because it's better.
We are the white people of horror movies.
You know what they say, when
Well-
at home.
I already came this far. I already accidentally walked out of the store with this, like, this bottle of booze. Might as well just
Yeah,
steal it.
already this
You
far.
know? Oh, damn it. I already...
Well-
No.
But what you seem to forget is that I took a vote. I asked you guys what you think we should do, and you said, let's go deeper. I asked.
I also remember us being very conflicted about this.
It doesn't matter. I asked. You guys still decided, so we share the blame. But, to our credit, we are still alive.
Yeah, it's not gonna last forever, you know.
There's so many other ways where we could be still alive right now.
Yeah, but
You know that, right? Like, you know we could be in town. You know?
That was probably the
Poisoning
funniest line I've ever heard in D&D.
God.
but there's also various states of alive we could have been, and we could have been like partially
Comfortable and
dismembered by
happy
now.
and, like, warm and well-fed. Yeah, lots of good
No.
states.
We could be partially dismembered. Need I remind
That's not
you?
alive at all.
Need I remind you, me, Eric, and Fenthris were having a great time sunbathing on the boat above when you guys went down here.
I hate everything.
You're
I'm
welcome.
I'm not a sailor. That's why.
You're not a seaman?
I thought you guys would have learned to
What?
not follow me after the last escapade we went through.
You keep making excuses like it's not your fault.
I take zero responsibility.
Oh my god.
It is a team effort. We
love
share.
So you're not gonna take like any blame at all for?
Oh no, I take
The
1/5.
book.
I take 1/5.
One
Yeah,
fifth.
it's like a little lot more than 1/5. However, I will say that the whole reason that we're even down here in the first place is because of Caradoc.
That is true. That's
I
a
was
good point.
exploring. That's it. Okay, not
Yeah.
my fault. All right.
I'm gonna remind you that I
love
it
you
was
too.
Karen.
I
think-
wanna
I
get
think-
really deep. It's my
I think
fault
it was-
'cause I asked what the fucking poison was.
That is true. She did.
well, we already got
Now I
some.
got some
right.
poison, so...
Like we got the poison, and then we were like, let's go check out an underground temple.
I got
Well, underwater,
I
actually.
didn't do that. I nearly died. What are we
Yeah,
waiting on? I'm just wondering, what are we standing here for? What are we doing?
we're all just questioning our own mortality and sort of.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
Why
let's
we're
go.
even
Let's
in this
punch
room?
it up, let's punch
It's-
it up. What's next?
It's,
You know
it's
what?
like we all decided that we were going to kill someone, and then we got to that point, and now we're holding a knife, and it's like, wait,
You know what?
is this such a good idea?
Zenkor is going to look at Ver and he's going to be like, wait a second. How is a giant underwater maze that has supposedly been untouched for millennia so close to the surface, just right off the shore by a town?
How close to the surface was it actually?
It's about 75 feet down.
Mm,
And it's about 2.5 miles in
so how did
land.
Caradoc, like, it was Caradoc that spotted it originally, which is why we even
Yeah.
came over here,
Yeah.
right? How far away? Like, is there anything above the water at all, or did he see something underwater?
He saw it underwater. There's nothing above water. It's
So
barely.
he
it's
saw
barely,
something underwater,
Yeah,
from
and
like way
it's-
far away.
So this is really awkward for him. Okay, so Caradoc has an ability through the totem of the eagle, in which he can see incredibly far distances and details. And even though he was in the water and it's really murky, and the thing that he saw was almost entirely covered in the underwater, like, seaweed and plants and all that shit that you guys were going through, he was able to make it out with a really good roll. And then you guys decided, hey, you know what? Let's go and try and find what that thing was, which is also surrounded by the poisonous plants. And there's a very small, like, area in which you can carefully navigate the tower without the plants touching you.
Wait. So Caradoc
Mhm.
was able to spot this place
Mhm.
through darkness and the obstruction of physical masses.
No.
Yes.
No,
But yet-
it
No,
it
say
was the tip of the actual tip of the tower is slightly
Just the
protruding out of the sewage or seaweed. Sorry, he saw it
Sewage.
because the sun rays going into the lake, because it was midday, was going on that area, and so you have the little, like, dusties in the water and all that sort of shit, and it's like lighting up that area. That's why you were gone at the time, but they actually had trouble finding this place because the sun ray had actually moved, and Ariel had corrected them on that because the time of day had shifted. And so they actually almost lost it, even though they knew it existed. Like, this, like, I tell people, like, I'm like, I am amazed that you guys ended up finding this place. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? Like, this has been a very stressful experience for me.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like a team effort. All right,
Yeah.
boys, what are we up to next?
Can we leave? God, can we leave?
Yes.
Wow, can we leave? You know
Yes,
how
we can leave.
fucking
We can
sick I am
leave.
of being
Leave, okay? Let's get out
underground,
of here.
underwater, underground, I think is the current state of things right now.
You're underground, yeah, there's no water.
Did I get that right? Underground, and then there's some water on top
And then
of that
there's some
sort of
more
ground, and then there's
ground.
some
Yeah.
more ground on top of that,
With
and then
some
there's some
more
more
water.
water actually
Yeah.
on top of that. So this is basically the worst possible place.
We're in a bit of a pickle, though, to our benefit, there are no corpse-eating worms that are currently chasing us.
You know, that's a good point. That is actually a pretty good point.
Right?
We are double underground though, so I mean,
Yes.
little column A, little column B.
It's like a tier list of barons.
Yeah.
All right. So Zenkor's going to grab the book and he's going to be like, okay, we're in your lab. What now?
Alright.
Does he yield to me?
Does he yield?
Do you yield, sir? Swear to God, if this fucking guy steals any more of my health while I'm trying to resurrect him, oof.
How do you spell this word? Okay, I actually don't know how to spell that word.
I
Okay, I
Shut
swear to
up.
fucking God. E? Oh, okay.
R.
That's a good game.
It is a great game.
Uh,
I watch you play it. That's the only experience with that game I've ever had, is just watching you play it. Alright, he says don't touch his shit.
Don't
I can
touch
get down on
it.
that. Oh man, can I get down on that?
Alright, let's keep moving. To the window! To the wall!
So you guys go through the
wall,
door?
to the wall. Yeah, we're gonna go through the door.
Seriously?
Alright.
Yeah.
This is the room?
That's not the room. This just is.
Oh god.
This is his
It's a
don't touch my
prelude.
shit area. You see all those souls in there? I'm hoping he
This
doesn't
needs to
turn
get
us into one of them.
worse. No, it's gonna get even worse. This
Hey,
isn't even
he
where
says
we
don't-
need to
He
be.
says don't touch his shit, but can I look at this table?
No!
While
Get away-
everyone's-
get
Don't
away.
touch
Get
it.
Yeah. Okay, you
Get
can look at
away.
it.
I'm touching. I'm looking.
Yeah.
No,
so
get away. I don't
on the
trust
table, on the
Get out of
table,
here.
there's an assortment of weird tools that you don't really understand. Lots of them being iron. You understand them as a person. There's a lot of similar ancient contraptions that are relatively medical. So there's like weird pliers and some things for like the pulling and tearing, and there's a few like old rusted blades. There's one or two of the rocks that are there. There's like old leather scraps that might have been used for like wrist guards or wrist straps. There's like little metal pieces that look like a bit of a belt that has just come off. Just a weird arrangement of stuff like that.
Nothing that I could pickpocket.
I mean, you could pickpocket any of those things if you want.
Don't touch any of it.
I don't want any of them. Not yet. Anyways.
Is there anything that you're specifically looking for?
No.
These things were used to murder and disembody people. You don't want to touch them.
But what does he want to touch them?
Because he's a murderer, disembodier. That's what he does.
Why are we helping him?
Because he's
That's a really
strong.
good question.
Conflict. Anyways,
Oh,
as
it's such
we
a
all
good
leave,
question.
as we leave.
Okay, so you guys end up entering a winding assortment of tunnels. All of them.
Because people are fucking weird.
All of them are just like very gothic-y hallways of just like cobblestone. All of it like rounded walls. There's no flat surfaces, and some of it starts curving in on one side, and then eventually it starts curving on the other, and then eventually you get to like a staircase, except for without stairs. It's just a ramp that slowly goes downwards in a cylindrical fashion, and eventually you get to a doorway that has two eternal flames like you guys have seen, but they're from gargoyle mouths, and you can see this door is adorned with like a skull with a snake beside its head, and it's just like groaning. You can see weird flowers that you guys haven't seen before on top of a like bed of the flowers that Ariel had just gathered underneath as like an adornment, a decoration on the stone.
He fucking decorates his stone with like.
It's not like
Wait, is it-
decorated. This
It's
is like
carved into the
it's
stone.
carved.
It's part of
Yeah.
the statue. Oh,
It's
okay,
like
okay.
the actual door is like this is the decoration of the door, like the imprint.
It's like a poison room.
Yeah, so we're looking for an altar.
So this is the doorway now.
That's the only
on
doorway
ahead.
we see, right?
Yeah, you guys have
Okay.
been going straight this entire time.
Pop that bad boy open, Zenkor.
All we ever do is press forward. Zenkor opens the door.
Okay. There's no door like handle or any way of opening the door, so you kind of like try and see if it's a push, and when it does, it like the whole door goes in a few inches, and then it just slowly starts going to the side by itself, and you now see like numerous dim green lights coming from the ceiling in this huge room where there's like an assortment of strange copper rods and beams all across the rooftop, some of them coming from the direction that you guys came from, the earlier room, that eventually come in. There's like three along each wall. There's three huge like 10-foot in diameter almost like furnaces that have weird markings on them, and some of them have like been battered as if like someone has hit them before, and they're all like just completely dead, cold, and the copper has actually like oxidized now. You can see there's a tall ramp separating everything, and the 3 green lights illuminate parts of the room on its way to fully coming together as all 3 lights, like a spotlight, light up the what you assume now to be the altar, where there is just this empty bed, and just like an arrangement of strange statues of like weird beings that have like, you would assume like octopus heads is the best way of explaining it, and they're like humanoids with strange long fingers, and they all like look around at different parts of the room. For a spatial view, you'll have this room.
Are there any other ways out of this room than like the way they were coming into it?
Yeah, there's a part. Sorry guys, here. You can just assort yourselves however you want. And then the altar is like right here. For now. There is this this door on the left. We're starting to get to the inaccuracies, so I'm purposely trying to cut off some of the doors that don't exist for you.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
Did we just come in through this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then another one. So you guys are now in this room, lit very dimly by the green. And here I'm just getting the thing set up.
Yeah, so since it would be unfairly for Zencor to, force anyone else to march on ahead, he's just gonna head to the altar, since, if something bad's gonna happen, it should probably happen to him, since it was all his fault anyways.
Okay.
I'm glad he
Put
realizes
me in the
it.
middle of the room.
Then you have... Actually, this is probably a better use. As you start walking up to the altar, you see these strange cylindrical stone pieces that are extremely smooth. They're the same size as these furnaces on the map, but they're about 5 feet in diameter, and you can see that they have the copper tubes attached to them as well, and each one of them has an opening, kind of like a garbage can, so not the rooftop, but there's like a little opening along the side, and inside there you can see pools of water. To save time, you essentially get a message telling you that you can use this altar and these 2 devices, using the pools, to heal yourself, to restore bits of your magic that you may be missing, and most importantly for him, bringing him back.
Oh, okay. Can we all use it to heal ourselves?
He says yes.
I ain't fucking use it.
All right, Mr. Disembodied Voice, is it okay if we take a breather to heal ourselves up real quick?
Hey, as a DM, I'm asking if you're healing yourself up with that, or are you healing yourself up with a short rest? Because he said take a moment.
Well, to use the things in the room to heal ourselves up.
Yeah, he's fine with that. It sounds like he's almost encouraging of it.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
Someone
That's-
who kills somebody for a living, I don't take him to be a healer.
Yeah, drink some water.
Hey.
I mean,
Drink some water,
you-
and he
you
has a
gain
room
visions.
dedicated to the poisonous plant we just collected.
You have visions of someone that's not yourself in their perspective, putting their hands into the water. It's about 1 inch deep, and then a green light turning on inside of it, and then you see like energy going up their wrists, and then the vision ends.
See, Zenkor's going to trust it because, like, if he wants to kill me now, he's never going to get resurrected, so...
Mm-hmm. Your intuition tells you that this one is for health, and this one meta speaking, is spell slots.
Okay. Can I use both?
One at a time.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to use the
The
meta
slot.
spell one first.
Okay. You put your hand in, and all of this is now just intuition. These visions almost seem to be guiding you. And all you have to do is just cast a cantrip. And then the magic leaving your body will be a signal to be able to activate the altar itself. This whole room is an altar, by the way. It's not just the raised platform.
Okay, so the altar isn't an altar. The entire
The
we are the altar.
room is the
Yeah.
altar. Yes. This
Okay.
He's incredibly proud. Anything that he has told you is just incredibly filled with this pride of like this is his like masterpiece.
His opus magnum, if you would.
It is.
Okay, so I'm going to cast my magic hand,
Okay.
just for the sake of casting a cantrip.
You see it, and the moment it appears in the water, you just see it like almost pixelate and just immediately fade away and get drained by the water. And then it just like slowly starts emptying itself. And then you hear a groan, a weird sound from the pipes above you, and just like a crying, and just like weird sounds that like echo within the tubes, just of like someone panicking. And eventually,
Oh, damn.
eventually
This is not good.
you feel energy, and you see the familiar glow from your vision of this like green energy going up your wrists, and you feel the power coursing through you. You can restore
Oh my god, it's Green
a
Lantern.
total.
all
You
over
can restore a total of 2 spell slots, either a second level spell slot or 2 first, up to you.
I've got a cool question for you.
And you hear in your head for a brief moment, what's going on?
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Was the glow in this little pedestal the same as the stupid glowing souls? Same color?
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
glow as his wrists.
Cool.
Hey
This
guys,
is
After
fucking
it happens, that
stupid.
no one else sees this except for Zenkor,
Ugh.
because it's actually
You hear
like
the
so
screaming?
sheltered. You do hear the groaning and stuff. You don't hear any of the
Yeah.
last bit of the voices. Zenkor, after the voice seems to fade away relatively quickly, and the goosebumps in your body leaves, and you just hear the voice of the book, and it's just like, yes.
Nope. God. Wow. No.
okay,
wow.
guys,
No.
a little fun factoid for you before any of you use these things. So apparently, it recycles lost souls in order to power us up. Isn't that fun? Putting these dead souls to good use since they're trapped in the bowl, anyways.
Since they're dead, right?
Yeah.
But they're
Oops.
so
Oops. Trapped in a hole. That's what happens to normal souls, right? That's how that happens. Oops.
Oopsies!
What a crazy random happenstance.
How insane! What a crazy coinkydink.
Hey, look at that over there. It's a door. I'm gonna go check that out.
Zenkor,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
here in your voice, or like in your head, the voice, and he says, all it takes is for just one person to use the other one while you use this one, and putting that book on that bed.
I ain't fucking doing it. I know I can't hear it, but you can see that on my face.
Hey, does anybody want to repurpose these souls into healing themselves?
Nope.
Eric? Oh yeah, I would love to. Wow, thanks, Eric.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I actually don't know what he would do.
I don't know either. You'd have to.
I don't know
message
which way.
him.
I don't know which way he would slide.
If he's,
I mean,
if
as
he's
a soldier,
actively
I don't
messaging
think
back.
he cares about dead souls.
I mean, you might want to message him back, it to do something like that. If he's actively messaging back.
I think he would have.
Yeah, he's so bad.
My intuition is that he'd be like, "Hell no, that's fucked up," because he was. I can't remember if he was
That's
against
true.
the. We were all pretty.
He was
against
against
the book, actually.
Violet.
I think we were all against the book.
He actually was for helping the book. He was the one that was actually the one that was arguing with you the most. Him and
Yeah,
Zenkor.
but when
He was the one with weird broken logic where Zenkor is gonna die if you don't fix the book problem.
Yeah, I don't know why you would just assume I was gonna die.
but like when we
I
first
assume
got
it
the
now.
book, when we first got the book and your life was being drained, I think we were all pretty against it actually. But we weren't gonna like take the book from you because you're not a baby, although maybe you are. But
I mean, clearly this is a horrible situation to be in.
Eric?
I don't know if the guy in the book is good or not. All I know is that there's a bunch of spirits that are stuck in there, and like if we can even free some of them by utilizing them, maybe that would be better for them than being trapped for eternity in a fucking fishbowl.
Eric also adds the last point that he's ever shared on any of this, in which he says that like this person might be able to help us, like be a serious help to getting us out of this fucking place.
I'm not touching anything.
And I wouldn't ask you to. If you don't want to, I'm not going to force anyone.
But oh god.
Luckily, Eric volunteered. Isn't that right, Eric?
He's not about
be
healing
here.
himself or using whatever the fuck he just did, but bringing someone back. I mean, that's what he voiced originally. Unless anyone messages him and he changes his mind, that was his last stance.
All right, I'm kind of sad because I kind of want to know what happens, but I have to go.
It will be on YouTube if you want to see like the actual details.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to actually catch this. I'll see you next week.
Yep.
Sorry about this.
Yeah, it's all
Sorry
good.
about
It's
the
for charity.
weird planning.
No worries.
Hey,
We'll send you a
see
ya.
Sparks Note version.
Yeah.
All right, Caradoc goes and puts his hands. in
Caradoc goes and touches the pedestal.
Don't do that!
He touches both of them at the same time.
But before you leave, would Caradoc be down to going to the other pedestal?
Not sure.
Okay, I'll take that as a no. So that's okay.
All right.
All right, I'll see you,
See ya.
guys. Ciao, ciao.
See ya.
All right. What's going
Actually,
on?
I changed my mind.
Oui. Yes.
Fuck
oh,
all those
Je
souls.
m'appelle Caradoc.
oh, bon, oui.
All right. What are you guys doing?
I'm like waiting by the door, basically.
It takes two to tango. That's all I'm saying.
Well, like I
Sure
said,
does.
you can get Eric to go over because based off his last stance and him not being here, unfortunately, like I would say that he's still up for an ally.
Oh, it looks like Ariel might be interested in healing.
What's his health situation at? We're all pretty good right now, actually. I think.
Yeah, I think we're all good, aren't we?
He's hurt, but he's good.
He's a fucking
We're all,
big boy.
like, I think we're all like
He's slightly worse off than
80%
you.
up. Like I think we're fine
Yeah.
in general.
Like what he's used to, he's slightly worse than you.
Oh, okay. I think he's fine.
All right. What are we doing here? All these. It's just silent now in this area,
I'll do
other
it.
than the sound
do
of
it.
the pool slowly filling back up where Zenkor had put his hands.
Okay, so Missy.
Ariel.
So,
There's
sorry,
one thing I'm
Ariel's
going
gonna.
to do, though.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna look you dead fucking straight in the eye, give you the fucking finger, or whatever the equivalent would be of this place.
The equivalent is
And
jerking
then
me off.
Air jerk. Fuck you.
No, like physical jerk. Let's see.
How rude.
Ariel's arms don't stretch that far. Sorry.
It's okay.
So I'm gonna fucking give you the finger, and I'll stick my fucking hand in this thing.
All right. Well, I gotta put the book on the pedestal or on the altar first. So I put the book on the raised platform, and then I cast Magic
Ariel.
Hand again into the pool.
She did it before you put the book up.
Well, she didn't cast
Did I?
anything.
No.
No.
I didn't.
Are you waiting for it? Or are you just like
Yeah, I was
pissed off
waiting.
putting your
Like,
hands in? Okay.
I'm like
Okay.
fucking like
I have the
The finger's
dice
up
in
the
my
whole time.
hands. Huh? Okay.
the finger is up the whole time though.
Okay.
Like I'm fucking that middle finger's not going anywhere.
I was just about to heal you.
I'm so angry about this.
Okay. Well, everything's set up and we're ready to go.
Alright. You're putting your hands in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You both put your hands in, and you immediately feel different sensations, Encore. Instead of an energy surging through you, you feel that energy being sucked out of you, as well
Uh-oh.
as Ariel. You instinctively want to pull your hands out, but it feels as though the water is almost concrete, and you just can't move anything that's in the water. Your wrists and arms like instinctively trying to move your hands, but they're
Bitch.
already in there. You feel the life being offered. At the same time, you hear a chorus of just voices and mournful cries and scared like cries out for help echoing through all of the pipes all around in every direction going into these furnace like structures, and then they eventually start glowing that eerie green. You see the bed slowly descending, and parts of it that aren't like completely even with the ground where it's going down, because it's slowly, the bed slowly like shallower and shallower on the one axis. You can see there's a pool of water, and then it's slowly going down and eventually descending this bed into the water, and now there's just this rectangular pool of water, and the book is completely submerged. You guys both need to make constitution saving throws to see how hard
You
this
dirty
is for your body.
See how
fucking
quick you die.
predator.
How much of your soul does he take?
I hate you so much right now.
If you play your cards right, he may only take half of it.
Yeah.
As you're
Take
feeling this, and you
Constitution.
guys are making, yes, you're making constitution saving throw
Oh
to
my
see
Lord, Jesus.
how much you resist this, because most of the energy, and you can feel this whole process, because you can see now why the tubes are attached to these platforms you're putting your hands in. All of those souls are now going into
Fucking
those
Rancor, you're
tubes
20.
that your hands are in.
So bad.
You can feel them going through your entire body, like the lightning in Avatar, and then going back into the tubes, and then going through into the altar. You can feel like weird foreign sensations of things going through your body, voices screaming in your head, and eventually, you take.
Hey, if I feel like this is killing me, could I cast teleportation? And be like, get the fuck out?
Make one more Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit balls. Alright, fuck.
Yeah, you're essentially taking damage while casting, so I'm going to treat it as concentration, even though it's not concentration.
Well, do I have the sense that like I'm my death is looming? Like, am I dying?
No,
Am I?
you are panicking,
Then I will
and you are
withhold.
getting hurt. You're draining.
Okay, well we'll hold
But-
that, but
okay.
that's
Okay.
the next one.
Yeah.
What do you mean that's your next one? That's not how
You
this
both
works.
you both take, well, Robert, being subject to this energy and having this arcane nature, even though you don't necessarily practice this source of magic, you take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Even with my 20 roll?
Yeah.
That's half
You made the save. Yeah, you took half damage. Ariel,
Okay.
completely unaware of what was going on, you just got just surprised, and you're taking 15 necrotic damage of just
Yeesh.
like you being unfortunately dragged into the
Alright.
system of this swarm of bodies as it was coursing through your body, and you just part of your life essence got caught in the circuitry.
Don't get caught up
I'm
in the
still giving the
crossfire.
Zencor. Like that's still up. That's still like
You-
I'm. I
That's
hate
fine.
you right now.
Your hands, even though the soul's no longer coursing through you, you still feel your hands cemented in this water.
Both my hands are. have one
Originally,
hand out.
that's what I was imagining. But if you have your hand giving him the finger, then your one hand is stuck, and his two hands are stuck.
Yeah.
So it's still plural.
Yeah. So my
Um,
one hand is stuck. I
yeah.
can still.
And you can see now the pool that the book was once in is now glowing that a weird green light, and the 3 green lights above you are now glowing at an increasing intensity until you can start seeing this weird vibration in the visual light, and eventually everything stops. You're now in pitch black darkness, and you hear the breaking of water, and you just hear well, hello. You're now in darkness. You can now move your hands. And you just slowly hear a body crawling out of the water. Dark vision, you guys can see the edges of his
Do I
form.
have dark vision? I think I do.
Yes. I think well, you should double check. Janasi, some of them do, some of them don't. Varen, you're close to the back of the room, so you can only see like his silhouette. Zenkor, you can't see shit. You just hear all of this. And you just see a weird tinge of white. And that's it. Like a small bit.
No dark shape. I see fuck all.
Yeah, so you just see a weird tinge of white floating. I mean, it's
goddamn.
just like... it's a living thing? Missed it. Now, I guess we have to talk about what you've all seen here.
Well, it's pretty dark. I can't see shit.
Maybe it's better that way for now.
Are you naked?
No. Actually,
Okay.
it's almost as
That's
if...
kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to expect, honestly, now that I think about it.
It's almost as if I've never left. This spell is actually not too bad, other than the thousands of years waiting. That's something I didn't expect, but I'm a lot better than my associates, as you've seen them. I'd much rather be where I am at now than being one of those disgusting skeletal messes. As far as the soul well, I understand that some of you may not approve, but I'll let all of you know that myself, as well as my peers, were pioneers. And a lot of what we discovered is probably large advancements in your culture these days. We were primitives. And I'm quite proud. Using wasted energy to be able to achieve things that we would never be able to achieve naturally. And one of the gods showed us the way. So I'm sure that we can't be entirely wrong. This temple itself is called the Temple of Nerul for a reason.
Sorry, did you say the Temple of No Rules?
New Rule.
The Temple of Ja Rule?
Ja Rule? Where's J-Lo at?
Yeah.
Quick, do we have a bard? We don't.
Just a
Yeah,
quick little aside about Ja Rule. That dude was a fool trying to go after 50 Cent in the peak of his fucking career. And then to drag M into the battle? Like, are you stupid?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I'm going to say about that dumbass Ja Rule little bitch.
Ariel just looks over, is completely confused.
Yeah, as Zenkor saying that in character.
You hear a snap of the fingers, and then now you see...
Uh-oh, Thanos is here.
Yeah, you see the room is now lit in
Ooh,
torchlight.
damn.
Liddy.
These small torches that you've seen amongst the entire dungeon are now lit, and you can see a figure, elven? Question mark. His skin almost like a grayish and a bit
Sucking people's souls will do that to you.
pastel kind of
Yeah.
texture.
Boy, you need some sun.
His eyes a little bit more cat-like than the elves, and longer ears, similar to the statues that you saw. If this is an elf, it's a very different subrace.
Is it a blood elf mohawk?
No.
Nah,
His
pity the
hair is just like
Is it like
long. It's a weird middle ground. His
Okay.
skin is very similar, but it's gray and like a weird, almost Voldemort-esque tinge to it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to look,
It's really comforting vibe.
it's a version of the Shadar Kai in the D&D world, and he just looks at all of you, oozing confidence. He's very tall, taller than your average elf by a decent margin, wearing black robes adorned with all gear that he must have had whenever whatever happened. Holding a spell book in his hand and just smiling, his long white hair unkept, with weird splatters of blood that are still wet are coming down.
Is it a different book than the book that Zenkor had?
Yes.
Holding?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
Okay. Who's in that book?
Because this would have been all for naught if it was the same book.
Who's your friend?
Well, I'd like to thank you, and looks at Zenkor, for at least letting me out of this fucking prison. Next step is getting us out of this prison. He looks around the ruins.
Yeah, amen to that, brother.
Alright. If you guys need to get out, and I've heard everything along the way, and he looks at Varen, there's a teleportation circle that was mentioned to you by Violet. She's been nice enough to help you, apparently. Some sort of blessing. So it might come in handy, hopefully. You never know.
Do you know Violet personally?
In ways. We both had mutual goals at the time. She was extremely powerful. Far beyond us.
Single?
Probably. I mean, it's been a couple thousand years. If she had anyone outside of our
Looking to
city,
mingle?
I doubt it.
Well,
She's
what are your
focused.
plans now?
It's been.
Nobody else wants to ask that?
Let's try and imagine it in my shoes here. I've been gone for so long, I know nothing of the world. How can I make goals of something I don't even understand?
See,
I just
that's
personally...
a very rational.
Well, I mean, if you're looking to kill people, there's a whole bandit camp that we need to kill, and I'm sure there's lovely souls there. Just saying, if you ever feel like coming topside.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for some murdering to be done, then we got some murdering that needs to be done.
I'm not a
We
trained
suggest
dog.
not murdering innocents.
Yeah, neither are us. That's why we're just asking if you're interested.
I've been intrigued by some research that I had done, but I was running out of time to complete it. I'm probably going to complete that myself. With all due respect, I would prefer a little bit of privacy in those matters. That is my research.
Hey, man, that's quite all right. You know, once we get out of here, you know, if
But
we run into you again, great.
to answer the girl's question, if you're worried about me destroying towns and ravaging cities, you don't have to worry about that for at least quite a while. I'm more interested in my research than I am in being a old evil wizard.
See, the thing is, like,
Are you
They
saying we're
weren't
gonna
the
have
ones-
to kill you in the future?
hey, will you...
You can try.
See, the thing is, they didn't quite understand. You know, they don't have the connection that you and I have. You know, you and
They
me,
don't know
like,
you like I do.
Varen and Ariel, I want you to, because you're the only two people here other than Zenkor, physically. Can you both make an insight roll?
Oh my fucking lord.
You can keep talking, by the way, Zenkor.
you know, they don't easily trust, which is what I love about them because it's really helped us to survive this far into the game. So, you know, don't take it personally. It's just that they don't know you the way that I know.
You don't see it, Ariel, but Varen, when he was like talking about how close they are and like a personal connection, you just see the most poker-faced contempt and like disgust. He's got a superiority complex, or at least above Zenkor.
You know, not to say we're equal or anything. I'm just saying, you know, like,
and Zenkor knows nothing. You're just like, you both shared minds for a bit. You're both arcane in nature. Like, you guys are like brothers, man. Other than the weird shit. And what were you saying? We're
Just that, don't take my friends' lack of trust personally. They're just looking out for the safety of all of us, which is what I appreciate about them, They're good people, they're good party members to have.
You speak as though I'm someone that's going to be in anger over the slightest little bit of things. I'm not a squirrel. Alright? I don't care if they like me. I don't care if you don't. If you want to kill me, go ahead, try. But we all want to go to the exact same place. We all want to do the exact same thing. And then we can part ways. Like I said, if you're worried about your little world out there, I only want to continue my research. But if someone is in my way of that, I will be honest, and I'll make sure that they aren't, or that they serve a purpose.
All right. Well, that sounds good to me,
Good.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, through that door and through a series of hallways, we'll get to the teleportation chamber. It'll take about half a day's journey, but it's through part of Elcid that we think this is fucked. It's a bit worse than this. We were the successful ones in our experiments and our research. Some people were less so in different fields. I personally would suggest resting the night, making sure that you're fully prepared. There's things here that could be left over from the war.
All right, guys, what do you think? You think we can take a rest here for a little bit, and then we'll get moving on after 8-ish hours amount of time has passed?
All right, yes, let's do a long rest since, he doesn't plan on killing us right now.
Varen?
Whatever.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Zenkor then goes and picks up his book.
Cool. Wait, are you talking about the book that originally, like the Tomb of Secrets?
Yeah.
It's
The
in
book
the
that is-
water,
Yeah, that's fine.
and he doesn't seem. It doesn't seem to be in there.
What? It's gone?
It's just straight up gone.
It's almost like it turned into a dude.
Hey, were you physically the book, or were you just trapped in the book?
He has like a small smile. Maybe one day, when you learn your magic and you reach your full potential, maybe you'll find that out. And he just turns and walks away. And
Bruh.
finds his own space.
Birds. Fuck you.
That's pretty disappointing, but nothing to do. Nothing to do about that now, I guess.
So you guys are all
finds
resting.
Zenkor finds a corner.
Okay, there's
He's
four of those.
visibly sulking.
Okay.
Man, I wish there was a way to share gifts on your stream because
Did
there's just some
Zenkor do this
comedy
whole
gold.
thing? Did Zenkor do this whole thing to get a book?
Yes,
Please God, was it just for the book?
it was 100% just for the book.
Oh no.
Because I didn't want to have the book killing me when we left. It's the only reason why we're here. Is for the book.
I'm gonna look at Zenkor and then the rest of the team and be like, he needs a fucking intervention.
I mean, none of us know this, right? None of us are like super sure that you're here. Are you gonna tell us?
Asking about a book.
No, Zenkor, he's physically visibly,
Distraught.
disappointed He's walking towards the corner, and as he's walking away, all anybody hears is just. He then plops down to the corner, pulls a fucking hemp sack out of his bag, and just covers himself with it. Goes to sleep.
He effectively just threw a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
He spazzed out like a 5-year-old girl.
None of y'all are seeing this. He needs help. He needs drugs. Something.
All right.
Smoke dope. Don't read books. Encore.
What else are you guys doing? Are you doing anything before bed?
Nope. I threw a sack over myself. I'm sulking. I'm in the corner. I'm gonna.
Where's
putting
fucking
him down.
Demon Man hanging out?
I'm putting him down, but he's in this, like, right here, just like leaned against the statue, just like going through his spell book, muttering.
Okay. Is everyone? So we're doing long rest, right?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, I'll have first watch.
I can take care of it.
There's no necessary for a watch. We're in a safe room with a very powerful.
You get the fuck away from me there, you demon man. I'll sell that. I trust no one.
All right. So what are you guys
let's
doing?
let's all at least like group up a little bit here.
Yeah. You guys are all grouped up. There you go.
Well, I mean, I
Fuck
guess
Zenkor.
down. Well, no, we'll go down by dumb Zenkor
Okay.
because he's sulking in a corner in his little sleeping bag. His little boy sleeping bag.
Okay.
He can't hear you. He's too busy sleeping and sulking.
Yeah. Varen's gonna plop himself right there.
Okay. Anyone taking watch, or are you guys just gonna be resting?
I said I would take watch
Yeah?
first watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll take care of it.
All right. So you guys can do shifts.
Varen's not gonna sleep.
Are you not sleeping at all?
Probably not. We'll see.
Yeah, because you will eventually get exhausted from just not sleeping and staying up. It's not the worst thing in the world at first, but it does get worse as time goes on.
Yeah. Okay. I wanna herd everyone into like the corner.
Mm.
Because I'm gonna. Basically, I want to take full responsibility, and I'm gonna like be awake or have my alarm on the whole night.
Okay. All right. So you casting alarm?
Yeah.
All right. So alarm is up, set, and you take the first watch. And as all watches go, roll perception. Actually, this one's way cooler.
Man, I have like total just fucking
Alright.
anxiety with this.
You
Oh yeah, this is the worst.
you sit and you watch him, and you just like overcompensate for a while. You're just like the epitome of watching him. You want him to feel you watching him, and after a little while, you open your eyes and you're like, shit, like I'm watching him, and he's not there for a moment. Like look around, and he's just like hanging out over here, working on stuff, and then he starts walking over here and inspecting the furnace and everything and talking to himself and then looking at his book again. Other than that, he seems to just be reading his book and seems to be bemused all the time at everything. Like he's got like a spark to life now and just like really happy about it, but still irks you because it's like Sinister-esque. Like you're not a fan of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it seems like he's just doing his thing. Nothing else happened. You're just uncomfortable because you don't know how long your eyes were closed, but the alarm spell's still good, and you don't feel anything. Nothing looks different. Eventually, you come to the end of your watch. You can feel yourself getting tired.
I'll wake up Ariel.
Okay.
And I'll tell her that I have an alarm set that'll wake me up.
Alright.
He comes too close.
Alright. Ariel, you can roll a perception as well now. And Varen will be resting. In the meantime, everyone else can hit the long rest button on each of their thingamabobs, and I will get the other two rested.
Wait, how does long rest affect your health again? I don't remember.
It completely restores it. You just hit the long rest button and it will do all of it for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only thing that you might have to reset manually is any use of your magic item.
Well, I haven't used the magic items.
There you go.
Okay. Double check.
Oh, jeez, I didn't know that there's a confirm button. Alright, and I'm just doing Eric's.
Man, I can't believe Zenkor resurrected somebody who could potentially bring the end of the universe just for a fucking book, and now he has nothing.
Natural 20 to that roll, by the way. Nice.
Oh, that's pretty great.
So... how do I do this? One second, I'm gonna actually just do it through your voice so then it's not like awkward. Alright, so you're watching him and everything. There doesn't seem to be anything else you need to watch. It makes you uncomfortable because you can hear the souls every once in a while and the tubes.
That's so
And
terrible.
you eventually realize that he like looks over every once in a while to you, and when he thinks that you're not looking, he moves his robe slightly and changes books, and then continues whatever he's doing, inspecting things and writing things down and like talking out loud to himself and everything else. And every once in a while that he has this book that he's switched sneakily, he makes sure that he like holds himself in ways, and you can tell now that he snuck it. He's actually posturing specifically so he can't see what book it is. And then every once in a while he'll switch back again and then be in positions in which he's just like holding it outwards, and you can clearly see his spell book, and he's just like looking around again, and just back and forth.
So
every
it's
once in a while
like
throughout the
he
few hours.
wants you to see that one, but doesn't want you to see the other one.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna shift this back in.
Ooh, fuck. Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
He was never necessary for that.
Well, you need to.
Alright. That's
Safely guide-
essentially the summary of your watch, though. Nothing else really happens. And you
Okay.
guys are all awake, ready to go.
I'm wide awake.
I'm gonna go over to Zenkor,
Still sulking in the corner 8 hours later.
and I'm gonna whisper something to him.
Hey, Elytra.
Do you need me to roll to see how well I'm
Dude,
whispering?
shut up. Actually, that's
I mean, if you don't want anyone to hear you, you can attempt to make like a stealth.
I'm gonna type it in his Discord. If I pass the thing, I'll type it in his Discord so no one can hear what the fuck I'm saying.
Sure. Roll stealth though, just in case. And then anyone who wants to try and overhear her, roll a perception check, and you're gonna try and beat hers.
Alright, please let me do this.
You can still choose to ignore it. And I gotta
God
get
damn it.
yelled down.
Sorry, I'll probably get yelled at anyways, because they're gonna hear me. Shit, but I don't want him to hear me. How far away is he?
He's about 20 to 30 feet.
Remember when he said he's not really concerned about what you guys think of him?
Yeah, I beg to differ.
Okay. What did he say? 7? Okay. What's your perception, Baron?
like passive perception.
Yeah.
15.
Passive? Damn. Okay. Yeah, so you hear what she says then. Caradoc does not. Eric does. Garadoc's the only person in your group that doesn't hear it.
Okay.
He hasn't woken up
Hey,
yet.
hey, Zenkor. I think I have a secret that will cheer you up.
Okay.
He has a second book. And he's
in his
actively
pants.
trying to hide it from us so that we never know about it.
His penis shaped.
Well, why would he do such a thing?
I don't know, but I'm giving you that info, and hopefully he doesn't fucking hear. Because he's been watching and trying to hide it.
It's hardcover, if you know what I mean.
It's so hard.
Never seen a cover so hard in my life.
And the spine has ripples to it. It's nice.
Ooh, for her pleasure.
It's so good. Zenkor, you know you want it. It glistens in the light.
This is how they fight a necromancer. His Ariel talking about the book like that, and then Zenkor just shooting a firebolt instinctively. Sorry, I got excited.
Sorry, I swear that never happens.
I'm not trying to encourage your addiction, but I'm just saying that I don't like him having it. And I think that you, such a strong, wonderful wizard that you are, should have that book. Now that we're all rested.
Do you honestly think you can take him on?
No, but that's why I teleport the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But is there any way to possibly destroy the book?
What? No! I'm just gonna pretend you didn't even say that.
Well then,
No. I'm just gonna pretend like you didn't even, like that. Those words didn't even escape your mouth.
Well then what are you gonna do?
Nothing. We're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Okay. I tried. Must be a really nice book, I'm just saying.
I'm sure the book is quite nice, but I don't know what the hell you expect me to do about it.
Something irrational.
You say something rational?
Irrational.
Yeah, okay.
It's Zenkor and a book.
Yeah, Zenkor also knows when he's completely outclassed and outgunned.
Alright.
You've changed.
Eventually, seeing all of you stirring and talking, and every once in a while freaking out, and then just whispering again, the man turns to you guys and says, "Alright, so we're going in a...
We sure are.
Ready?
Let's get a move on."
Alright, seeing how most of you are relatively untrained, you should probably go at this pretty carefully and follow my lead, and we'll mostly be sneaking. So,
Alright.
when I say
Sounds like a
move,
plan.
I say move. When I say wait, then you wait. No questions, no words, and let's go.
Okay, alright, you guys hear that? We gotta be sneaky.
Can I cast something then?
No.
Sure.
Real sneaky.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace, so we get a +10 buff.
Cool. Alright, everyone needs to make stealth.
Stealth +10.
Yep. And your modifiers. So we got +1 for Caradoc, and +4 for Eric. So we got...
Oh, Caradoc actually has a +1.
Yeah, he has +1. And then Eric is +4 for whoever wants to roll that. And it's +10 for... Oh, yeah, you did 11. And then, yeah.
I guess Caradoc actually has a 29.
29.
And
Okay. And then,
there's one for Eric.
Yeldon. Holy shit, I forgot that he's really good at that. Okay, so...
Hey, can we have Eric pickpocket the Bookman since he's stealthy?
You said +10?
Yeah, that's what the buff is.
Okay.
What?
He has a plus 11 because of he's really sneaky.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
Who
one
has plus 11 to sneak?
A sneaky bastard.
he
That's
has
real shady.
He has two things that he's really good at.
Yo, I literally trust Eric less than I trust this fucking necromancer I just resurrected.
All right. So you guys, are you doing anything as you guys are navigating around?
Oh, wait. Ariel, how does your teleport work again?
Only I can teleport myself 30 feet in any direction.
Okay, just 30
I've
feet in
played
any
before.
direction. So if shit goes down, at most you're just an extra 30 feet away from anything.
Yeah, and if we're in water, I can move the same speed, 30 feet, but you guys can't.
So what you're saying is your teleport isn't very helpful.
Not to you guys.
Or to you.
That's kind of
So
useful.
it's been some time, right, Calvin? It's been some time?
Yeah.
Hold on. Probably should do this before y'all die. Just saying.
Redo water
The
breathing.
water, yeah, the water breathing is pretty much
I mean,
it.
we're not underwater.
You're not.
Yet.
Not yet?
So
Okay, I'm
hold
gonna
on
leave
to
so
it
we
in
can stay
case we have
stealthy.
to. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
All right.
maybe Mr. Magic Man over there can do it instead. He's probably got a bunch of spell slots.
I don't trust this dirty magic.
You know what?
It's filthy. It's dirty.
No, you guys are being very rude right now. The necromancers.
He's
so
very
far,
clearly like a powerful dude. I'm just saying, maybe if we need some water breathing, he can help us out.
yeah, but you don't have to be sassy about it.
I'm gonna be.
He's done nothing negative to any of you guys.
That is
Uh,
true.
Has he
Yeah.
done anything to betray your trust?
As you guys
As far as I
are
know,
talking,
he has not.
for a moment, you
Okay.
just hear it, like, see his hand pop up in like a open palm motion, like stop, and he just looks at you guys and holds out one finger, like 1 second. Okay. Ahead of you guys, now looking, you see a large metallic, almost like plate mail, but a large hulking form with one arm, a blade, and he does a hand motion, and it just disappears. And he just nods his head and starts moving quickly towards the door and goes through the door.
Okay, guys, let's go. Alright, Zenkor follows along.
Okay. Once the last person goes through and you go to close the door, you see the magic just shimmer, and then you hear like a distortion of air as the thing reappears and like looks around in front of it, like trying to figure out what the hell just happened, and you close the door. And you guys continue along further. Make one more stealth check for each person. Oh my god. Okay, that's awkward. Oh, he's invisible. Oh, nice. Varen got one too.
Oh.
what are we doing?
Stealth one more time. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeldon got a natural 20, so it's a 41.
Ew, gross.
It's 11, 19, 18. Okay. You guys narrowly avoid a grouping of spirits, and being quiet enough, you guys notice them and sneak around an alleyway. You guys now moving through like markets and open houses, and you can see another familiar barrier above you guys as you hear the sounds of water crashing and moving against the solid surface that's above you. And you eventually get to large series of rectangular buildings all connected to one another, and he finds the side door. What's his thingy-mabob? Only +2. And he's struggling, and he's like feeling the wall and like trying to find shit. And he's like checking his book and swearing. Seems to be struggling.
Is he trying to find a door?
Seems like it. Seems like he's trying to do something with the wall.
How about that humble pie?
And he finally turns to you guys. He's like, "There's a quick entrance around here somewhere. That'll get us safely through the flooded depths, I guess I'll call it now. The other way might be a little bit chancier.
Do we see anything on the wall? Does it just look like a wall?
Seems like a normal wall.
You mean with a strong wizard like this, necromancer, he's afraid of going places?
I don't think
Are
he's
you saying
afraid
that
of
out
it.
loud?
He's more concerned.
I mean, to be fair, we like avoiding stuff. It's just kind of
Better for all of us.
No, I won't say it out loud.
Like, I wouldn't suggest
Keyboard
fast
warrior, okay?
probably murder.
I want to sass him so bad. I want to do nothing but sass him, which I know is like dumb, but I
He's
just
looking for a
want
door
to.
right now, right?
Yeah, he seems to be like,
Alright, what
saying
I
that
will
there's an
say out
entrance
loud
somewhere.
is, you can't find the door.
it's been quite some time and I'm still getting used to being able to do this. And he moves his fingers around and then ends with the middle finger.
Oh, Gotti!
And I'm gonna do the like jerk off motion with my hand where it like explodes in his face. With a smile, of course. You gotta do that shit with a smile.
Yeah, he just gives you an eyebrow raise and just turns and starts trying to look for it again. It's like the workers here, were workers. They're still around. We don't want to run into them. So
Sounds
it
good to me.
probably be best if we find this. And unfortunately, I don't exactly know every in and out, especially something that isn't my lab. So some help would be appreciated. Save me some fucking time.
Yeah, we'll give you a hand.
Anyone that's trying to find things, you just do an investigation roll.
I'm gonna
Alright.
find it. Just because if I can find it, I'm gonna look at him with the snarkiest fucking look.
Going to do an investigation.
Hope
Oh,
I find
for
it.
fuck's sakes.
No one's gonna fucking find it.
Hold on, I'm figuring out what mine is.
Ow, fuck.
God, motherfucking damn it.
Well, you rolled better than me.
Hey, do we still have the plus from the boon of the lady,
You
the
still have
statue
the
lady?
boon, yeah.
Oh, do we?
We have a okay.
Yeah,
So then I have a
Violet
+1 to intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Sorry, I rolled a 6 then instead of.
Wait, what is that we're rolling for? Intelligence or investigation?
Investigation. But
Well,
it
investigation,
hacks
but-
his... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you eventually find a loose brick in which when you pull away, opens slightly. You can see a small lever.
Oh fuck yeah! Varen finds it.
Yeah.
Aaron, do us proud. Give him
Oh
a
god,
fucking
yeah.
look.
Ah, nice, Varen. Good solve.
I'm not even gonna
Let's
say
all cheer him
anything.
on.
I'm
We're
gonna
cheer him on.
just
Yeah!
I'm gonna just let the necroman do whatever he wants now that I've opened the hole.
Okay. He goes over.
You're easy. You're not
Oh man.
Alright. He casts Fireball into that hole. No. Yeah, he just turns the lever down and you can see the wall starts fading until it eventually isn't even there. And then he just starts walking through down the stairs. Eventually you find a series of weird passages. It's almost like a labyrinth. And every once in a while you can see him consulting, and you guys can see that it's not actually the book that he's consulting, but a ripped page that he has put into the book of markings. And he's just walking, like staring at the book, not even looking around himself, and just like walking into walls and just passing through them. It seems to be a weird labyrinth where like many dead ends are actually just the right path, and some like just navigating flawlessly through it, and eventually getting to a open area that I think you guys saw earlier. No, you didn't. And it's just this huge, like, little platform of like 10 feet along a huge room along the border, and everything else is just empty space. And you can see along in a square stairs slowly descending down into it. And he turns to you guys and puts out his arm. It's like, well, we're back to where we were. This is where you would have been if you decided to ditch the book. So, carry on.
We've come full circle.
I've led you without any problems, and I feel as though I don't need to lead the way anymore, but I'll still accompany you.
Oh, thank you. That is much appreciated.
Let's just get on with it.
Yes, let's go to the teleporter.
What's the marching order here?
Oh, probably Zenkor behind the Necromancer, since everybody's too pussy shit.
He doesn't
I'll
want
go
to go
behind.
First,
first.
such a fucking brown noser.
He's waiting for you guys to go.
Oh, he's waiting for us to
Yeah,
go.
he's like putting his arm out and saying he doesn't need to lead anymore because he's led you here.
Oh,
Is
okay.
it one person at a time that can enter this?
You can put 2 at a time, but it's a bit risky because like you'd be shoulder to shoulder, and there's literally no railing to the stairs you're going down. These
That's
are
fine.
old ruined stairs.
I guess Zenkor will go first then.
Okay. So
Varen's gonna sneak himself. I wanna put Caradoc and Eric between me and the Necromancer guy. So I guess I'll go right up after Zenkor.
So then you want Eric.
Yeah.
Where's
Wherever they
Ariel
want to be.
going? At the middle or the back?
Back.
Alright. Cool. Alright. And we're going to carry on from there, descending downwards towards the teleportation circle. We're going to stop here. That's the session.
Yo, my blood pressure's through the roof.
I don't know what you.
Dude's gonna blow up the fucking planet.
I don't know what you guys are stressing about.
He's just gonna like eat everyone's souls or something. I guess that's not the end of the
I
world.
just have this feeling. Well, I can't say it because then it'll